Hi everyone, thanks for choosing to practice this renewing sequence with me. So before we start, I'm just going to go through a few very common contraindications for you, so reasons why you might adapt parts of this practice or not practice at all. That said, nothing we do together should increase any existing pain that you've got or cause any pain or discomfort. So if that's the case, then you can just stop and choose a different practice. So some common contraindications, and these are not all of them by any means, are with blood pressure. So if you've got high blood pressure, when I guide you to take the arms above the head, instead just keep them down at shoulder level or below. If you've got low blood pressure, you might find that when we go from folding forwards to standing up, that you feel lightheaded or a little bit dizzy. So if that's the case, then just come up really slowly, maybe even taking a pause halfway before you come all the way up to stand. And it's okay if that means that you're a little bit behind me in the sequence. There might be other reasons why folding forwards isn't such a good idea for you right now, without guidance of a teacher being there. So if you've got any disc issues, including things like a slip disc, then avoid going into this forward position where we're bending the back. So you can just miss that part out, and you can do the whole thing standing just with intention with the arms. Other reasons you might not fold forwards: osteoporosis or osteopenia. Also, if you've got any eye problems such as detached retina, anything where you wouldn't want increased pressure around the eyes. And the final one is if you've recently given birth, then you don't want to have the legs too wide here. So postnatally, you're working with stabilising and strengthening. So keeping the legs no wider apart than if you had a sarong wrapped around your legs. So a lot closer than I will have them in the sequence, and making sure to work with the pelvic floor and core tone as well. Okay, I think that's all of the most common ones. If you have anything I've not mentioned, or you've got any illnesses, injuries or conditions, then do speak to your regular yoga teacher or yoga therapist, or speak to your GP before practicing this sequence. Okay, I hope you enjoy it, everybody. Thank you. Hello, and thanks for joining me for this short sequence. It's a sequence I've put together for renewal, for integration, for taking time to see where you're at and acknowledge where you are on your journey. So I invite you for this to take the feet slightly wider apart, but still steady. So just checking in with your own body and see how it feels. If it feels a bit too wide, you can bring them closer. Just find your steadiness, find your ground here. And I invite you to bring the hands in front of you with the elbows relaxed by the sides. And to begin with, I'll talk you through the different postures, different hand mudras, and offer you some symbolism so that you can connect this to your own personal journey. So with the hands out in front of you, looking down, seeing the right hand that represents receiving what you need, absorbing, taking it in. And the left hand, which symbolises giving out those gifts, your qualities, and also letting go. So this natural process of taking in and release, represented by the two hands. So looking down and symbolically seeing all that you need and all that you're ready to give out. Then I invite you to bring the hands up next to the ears, almost like you're throwing something behind you, symbolically letting go, not forcing, not trying to get rid of, anything that's ready, letting that go. And then bringing the hands back in to review, to see what's left. And accepting anything that's not ready to be let go of. Accepting where you are now. Taking the hands forwards and coming into a slight bow. Keep seeing the hands, and this is an offering. So looking at what you're aware of, that you need, and that you're ready to release. Offering that out. Then bringing the arms behind you, palms facing up. And here you're preparing for the next stage of your journey, ready to receive and let go of things that you might not yet be aware of. So trusting that the universe will give you what you need and will absorb what you don't need. And if it's more comfortable here, you can bend the knees a little bit, legs don't have to be straight. Include a little bit of core tone. And the next moment here, we'll just slightly lift the chest, as if we're about to take flight. And you can look ahead of you here. I like to work with the image of a bird flying over the valley. So that you have a real perspective. You can see the bigger picture. Then moving down into release. Again, you can bend the knees here if you need to, if it's more comfortable. The focus here is on letting go of the arms and the hands, maybe even completely releasing the head and the neck. If it's comfortable, you can touch the earth, release down into the earth, surrender. Then as that letting go makes space, you can confidently draw up from the earth all that's yours, everything you need, the energy, confidence to fulfill your full potential. So turning the palms in, and do have a little bend in the knees here and a little bit of core tone. As you draw the hands up through the centre, imagining drawing up a white channel of light, right up through the energy centres, up to your highest potential, right up above you into the space. And imagine connecting that with the light and the energy of the universe, channeling it down into your body, into every system, including emotions and energy. And moving into a circle, the circle of completion, symbolising your whole life up until this point. Everything. And we reach back to the beginning. So this time I'll invite you to work with the breath. So just taking a moment to take stock. You don't need to specifically think about anything here. You can just hold that idea, taking stock, letting go and taking in the balance between those two. Then inhale, letting go. And exhale, drawing the hands back in. Inhale to offer out. Exhale, taking the hands behind, slightly bowing the head here. Inhale to lift the chest, see where you're going. And exhale to fold, release down into the earth. Bend the knees and draw in some core as you inhale, draw that channel of light up through the centre of the body, up, above the head. And exhale, the circle of completion. I'll do another round with you, taking stock. And just breathe normally here as you take the time that you need. Maybe feeling that sense of energy tingling in the fingers and hands. Inhale, letting go. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We'll do one more round together. If there's any place where you want to pause, like when you're down in the forward fold and you want to stay there for a few more breaths, you're very welcome to do that. When you're ready, taking stock. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Look again at the hands. This is where you are now. And consolidate your energy. You might want to bring the hands over the navel centre or somewhere else. When you feel ready, you can step one foot in, the other foot in. Just see if anything needs a release, a shake. Thank you everybody for practicing this renewing sequence with me. Namaste.